Hello friends, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Apologies for the disaster. I'm a Sunday like cleanup moment, mid-clean, a little bit of a disaster in here today, but I wanted to do a video today. So here we are. Basically, I have a bunch of little things that I want to do for my closet to give myself more like summer refreshes and just like utilize what I have. I know how to sew. I went to fashion school. I know what I'm doing. I just like never give myself the time or make the time and prioritize these types of things, but I'm forcing myself because I really want to wear this outfit next weekend in the Hamptons. So here is the start. This dress I had from a work sample sale, and it had, the rest of it was like a maxi, but like sometimes when you're in the industry and you like a fabric, like for instance, we really loved how this fabric draped in a dress, so we bought the dress specifically to cut it up. I know it's devastating. Pick out the fabric and ship it off to mills so that the mills can help us source this fabric and get it in our price range. That's like a little industry, you know, tidbit, if you will. But for me, I simply thought it was gorgeous and I couldn't let it go to waste. I have so many of these things. $362 is the price, and it's just, you know, the fashion industry can be so extremely unsustainable, and for me, I just can't, like, I don't know, I might be a bit of a hoarder, like it's not my money going to waste, but I do feel bad for throwing things away like this that happen to have huge gashes in them, but they could be saved. So what we're doing with this dress today is I'm going to turn it into a bubble skirt dress. So many bubble skirts out there in fashion right now, and instead of buying something brand new, I'm just gonna redo this dress. Anyway, I botched it already kind of, so we'll need to straighten this out and cut it straight, and then I have the rest of the fabric from the end of the skirt that I think I can use as the underlayer, because the goal is going to be to have this be the skirt portion of the dress, and then with the bubble it'll like kind of connect right here and will fold over the fabric, and then it'll be down to about like a little bit shorter than my fingertips, which is kind of the vibe I'm looking for. So that is my goal of the day and then we'll see where we get there. So what you'll need is a dress, obviously. Cut it a little bit longer than you want it to be. You'll always want to leave salvage room and room to continue to cut off. You never, like for me, I never want to have too little fabric, which I mean, it would be a cute top, but the goal is a dress. So that, and then if you have a lining or something, a sewing machine or a needle and thread if you're patient. So I have a sewing machine set and some, you know, scissors, some pins, and just good vibes. And it's not gonna be perfect because guess what? I am not a seamstress. I am just a girly who went to school for fashion design and now work in corporate fashion and sew for fun randomly. So that's what's happening today, and let's get started. So here she is on, obviously much longer than we want, but the back is probably about a good height. And I'm gonna have mine be a little bit longer because the lining that I have is so short. So I'm not totally positive how I wanna do this. I'm almost thinking I should flip my dress inside out so I can pin it on myself. Fun fact about me, I'm not very measurement-y. So if that bothers you, so sorry. And ideally, this would be like perfectly the same width all the way around, which I don't believe that it is. But we're gonna just go like this. The more intentional it looks, the less like choppy it is, you know? Also, this is like a circle cut because, you know, it was a full dress. And I'm also like, I don't want it to be tight, so we are gonna let it, ooh, that might be tricky. This might be harder than anticipated. Okay, so it's uneven by like a fair amount. So I'm like, I think the best bet is to make it a skirt with darts and everything, and then sew it to this, and then sew the skirt. Let's try it. I'm scared. I'm gonna line up the hem. I'm gonna give it a little wiggle room for the selvage edge. And then this portion, you'll want to flip it around so it's, you know, correct. Then up here, obviously, is a wonky mess. So we will make it a mini. Okay, and then I'm gonna sew it here and then see what happens next. So I already fed my machine and everything, and then we'll get it going. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. This fabric really is beautiful. I don't even know if we ever landed it. Okay, So now that that is done, you know, in school we learned to like press it. Should I do a good job? I should. Like, I want this to look like nice. Like, I got it at Revolve or something. Not even Revolve, but I got it from Love Shack Fancy. We're getting out the ironing board. We're doing this right. Okay, so here we have it. Pressed, stunning, looking gorgeous. And then you can see it's just like a smoother, you know, vibe. I also forgot I definitely need to cut the rest of this to be even because it's so like chopped up. So I'm gonna follow the back because I felt like that was a good length. And I'm gonna make sure to watch out for my pockets. And then we can make sure that it's even from side to side. This is probably what a measuring tape is for, huh? Okay, so 18 inches. So we need this to be 18 inches here. I think that should be good. She's even. So cute. Okay, phase 1 complete. Mini skirt and main dress is now even. She's adorable. Slay. Okay, now what we need to do is make darts in this girl so that it's gonna be on my body, because right now it's just straight and we need to take out this much. So in typical Mal fashion, I am going rogue and I'm sorry. So what we're gonna do is take it kind of at the princess seam. So I'm gonna go like this. Where's my princess? Okay, right here. We're gonna pinch out pretty much whatever this is all the way around, and then we'll iron it, and then this will be a dart. So at the princess, we do it again. We turn her around and we do it again. This one we're gonna do a little bit more pinching and see how it looks. Okay, see? She's perfect. She's gonna be more perfect. So I'm gonna iron these down and then we'll sew them up. So easy peasy. And like, don't get the top of your pins, just get like literally just the straight line that you're gonna like. You hear me? And darts, you literally just sew right off the freaking thing. I kind of like angle it to where I want my thing to go, and then this is why we iron, so we get a crease. It's like folding paper. Okay, so now we have all of our darts and a little bit of a waist. Okay, so this is where I really have to like test myself and my knowledge, because I want the inside of the bubble skirt to not show anything. Like, this is so gorgeous. You see no raw edges, like stunningly pressed, done everything. So what I'm gonna do is go back to how I want it. Like, I want it to be right sides out, you know, obviously. And then we want this to be like this in there, but then we want to sew it. We want to sew this portion. Okay, so if we put it in like so, we'll need to sew it down like this so that it flips and does this, and we have that hem. And then once it does that, it'll be here, and then this will need to be sewn like this. So what do we do? I think we should pin the bubble and see if we like the bubble. I fear I'm gonna have to try to stitch in the ditch. I'm scared. Ah! Yes, that's what we want. Okay, I'm gonna keep tacking down and try not to catch my legs. Okay, so what should I do about this? Should I attempt it on the machine and try and stitch in the ditch, or just like spend 30 minutes stitching it hand sewn in the ditch? Because then it's gonna drop and be sewn like this, and then we're gonna take these and sew them like this. Then we're gonna flip it again and then attach these and then circle it out, and then we'll get, I think I'm just gonna hand sew. I don't know, is that crazy? I just am nervous. I'll see the stitches and then I'll think it looks cheap. And what do we have? Nothing but So what I'm doing is stitching in the ditch, and that is when you have the seam, and because this is already put together and I'm not willing to rip it all apart and reattach and do everything, which you can see they already did that here at some point when they put the lining in or whatever, but you have to stitch into the ditch and then bring it out and bring it right to the selvage, or else it won't be even in the skirt. So that's why, see if my needle is in the ditch. It's not, so you have to move it to be in the ditch, and now it is. So yeah, I'm gonna put Friends on and I'm just gonna deedly-dee away. She's not in the ditch, so we'll take her out, make sure she's in the ditch. Lord have mercy, that took exactly 1 hour. I knew it would. I knew it would. It takes so long to hand sew, but I think it's worth it just because I didn't want to have to keep ripping stitches because they were showing. So we stitched in the ditch, we stitched all around. So now, ta-da, she has her little lining inside, and we can go on to the next step. And then I did the right side, so the raw edges are gonna be inside the bubble. Okay, so next I'm going to stitch like a really long stitch all the way around, similar to how you set in a sleeve, and then we're going to scrunch up the fabric so it fits perfectly inside of the lining, so that it's like, obviously we have all this full volume to get around this tiny skirt. So yeah, I'll just show you. Okay, step 1, we sew a really big loose like section, and then you'll pull the string. So we need long strings and we need a big old section. So I'm gonna do it like this. The rest should be so quick. Hopefully we finish before the sun goes down. Oh, and you don't do a back stitch because we're pulling the strings basically. Let me get a little video from my TikTok. Oh, that's a messy mouth. Key. And again, don't reverse, just lift, pull out a ton of string. Ooh, come on. And then now we take like one side of our string and we just scrunch. You don't want this to break. Oh, she's on a roll. Please don't break. And this is how much skirt we have to cinch in, so I'm a little nervous. I've actually never had to do this much. I hope this is a good step. Okay, we are in the final stages. Here it is, scrunched up. See the bubble forming? It's so exciting, honestly. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too short. I think we'll be okay, but I've just evenly kind of spaced it around, and you can see that the bubble looks good and everything. So now I am going to sew it together, and we're almost done. Okay, so we're flipping her inside out, boom, and then we will just take, ooh, how do we do this? Okay, wait, yeah. We want this here. Why is this always so hard for me? Okay, wait. So we want it like this. So I have pinned it all together, right sides facing each other, and then I'm going to sew it down. So luckily, nothing really has to be too accurate here, but we do want to leave a good amount of space for me to turn it right side in, and then we'll have to sew it with hand stitching. Okay, and I'm gonna remove this so I can get in here. And I pinned all the way around, evenly spaced. We'll see how this goes. Okay, it's fine. Moment of truth. Okay, so we've gotten the balloon all the way around, and like part of me wants to cut the edges, but I just want to make sure all is well, you know, prior to cutting all the edges. So let me just, you know, you kept this part here. I hope I didn't mess this up. Okay, just coming out. This part genuinely makes me so nervous every time. And you want to be really like light, like bread. You know how like the people with the bread, except for, are they kind of hard with the bread? I don't know. Just really like gentle, you know? Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Okay. Ugh. Do something every time. I felt like I was so careful too, but I got part of it. Look. She's looking good. She's looking professional. Okay. Oh, that is so short. Let's see. Okay. It's not as perfect as I envisioned. It's kind of twisting because like when I sewed it, as it went through the machine, you know, and it's short. It's definitely short, but is it cute? Ugh, it's totally uneven. And we tried so hard with our ruching too. I don't know, y'all. Do you like it? It's not perfect, but that's how you do it. You just gotta be more careful and practice. Like, I'm practicing alongside you, not a professional. Is the execution perfect? No. But is it good? Yeah. I'd give myself a B-. Ta-da! Okay, I preemptively went to the bodega and got Twizzlers to reward myself for doing all of this on a Sunday. Yum. Okay, do you think I should keep it like this, or should I just give up on the whole bubble and just hem it and give it an extra inch? Let me know your thoughts. Sorry, I'm eating. Maybe I should seam rip it and try one more time. Okay, I'm gonna stop eating Mallory. That's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen my channel before, haven't checked out my channel yet, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I try to post weekly. It's a little bit hard for me. I work full-time in the fashion industry. Really taxing job. So bear with me with my schedule and everything, but I love doing this and I don't want to stop. So sorry it's not super on time and coordinated, but we're here, we're still kicking it, and we're having a good time. So subscribe if you haven't yet, and check me out on Instagram and other things to see my day-to-day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you. Goodbye.